Folks, this is Dan with Dan's Retirement Journey. I'm Philippines bound. Well, today's video is going to be a little bit different. Instead of taking a look at what's going on at the house in Baybay City, Leyte, we're going to take a look at what's going on with Dan's house here in Sacramento, California. Why, you ask? Simple. It's because I'm going to have to sell this house, and in order to get some ducats that'll help me with the move to the Philippines. I'm not going to be one of those expats that decides to go back and forth between the Philippines and the United States, and especially not Sacramento, California, because quite frankly, it's a very expensive place to live. So the whole idea was to minimize the expenses in order to get those retirement dollars to last longer, and that's what the plan is. And also, it's to help my wife Minnie with building a substantial nest egg, so that when it's my turn to go on my merry way, she won't be left high and dry without money to spend. Okay. So I selected a real estate agent to handle the sale of the house because it's going to be an as-is sale, and I want to make sure I don't mess up on the paperwork. So it's for sale as is, which means I'm not planning on doing any other improvements except what I'm going to share with you, and that's some things I have to do in order to improve the curb appeal of the house, to let people know that we care in the neighborhood, which we do on this side of the tracks anyway. The neighbors are very good about keeping up with the maintenance on their homes. Me, not so much. Quite frankly, I let it get away from me this winter. There's a lot of work to be done. Some friends have been helping me get the work done, but I have a long way to go. Okay, when am I listing the house? That's the question. Well, as people know, prices or cost of housing is going crazy here in the United States. So my house here was born in 1932. I'm not sure. I don't want to second guess what the value of the house is, but I do know that I want to take advantage. Well, we're on the high side of things, and I may be able to actually walk away with a little bit of money in our pocket, which will help launch this mini stimulus fund, if you will. Yes, Minnie needs a stimulus fund so that she'll have somebody to live on once I depart this planet. We never know when that's going to be. Could be tomorrow, could be 15 years from now. But I just decided that, after you see the house, you're going to know why I decided I better sell it. It's because it's getting away from me. I'm losing interest in keeping it up. And I think apartment living will serve us just fine until the Philippines opens up and we could jet over there. Anyway, the house in Baybay City, Leyte isn't ready to go yet anyway, so there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, and I want to be able to walk into a turnkey house. You know what Dan's all about: hassle-free living on a very low budget. Okay. So I'm sure we're going to be going over more details about what's going to be happening as I get closer to the move. But I wanted you to be a part of this. I don't believe that I've actually seen YouTubers out there do a video on liquidating the assets that they've accumulated over their lifetime in order to get the money together to make that move over to the Philippines. I know I've got savings. I don't want you guys to think that I'm poor, but I guess I am poor, but I'm not dirt poor. So I do have money to make this move. Thing is, I want more money so we can establish that emergency fund that everybody is always talking about, especially at Steve at the Philippine Information Channel, and of course Calvin at Sunshine Shoulders. Those guys you need to listen to because they've got valuable information to share. So what we're going to be doing is you're going to be going on this journey with me, and so part of the journey is liquidating this house I'm living in, and that means that I got to do something in order to make it appealing for somebody to buy. So we're going to start by improving the curb appeal. So the next video that's coming up, or rather the video attached to this one, is a little bit of a view of the house that I took with my action camera, and so I hope the resolution is okay. I had a hell of a time trying to figure out how to export it into the video editor. Anyway, that's another video for another time. So I'll probably do voiceover as I'm playing this video, and that way you could kind of get an idea of the 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 things I'll be doing in order to improve the curb appeal of the house. And it's a little bit embarrassing for me to share it with you because I let things get a little bit out of hand. But the backyard is the worst, and I'm not sure that I'm going to show you the backyard today because what we're talking about is improving the curb appeal of the house. I'm thinking I have to yank all the weeds and all the tall grass out of the backyard and just leave it for somebody else's imagination. Okay. So the video's coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we are, 1932 cottage. Look at this picket fence. So the picket fence first needs to be painted. Then if you look down there, you see that we weeded there by the sidewalk, and we're going to plant flowers there because, of course, flowers sell homes. This area right here needs to be reworked, and then I'm going to use probably bark in there in order to highlight it. The fence in the background there needs to be replaced. I was thinking about painting it, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and replace it. As we pan over, we could see this round circle. Oh, no, wait. There's Dan seeing his shadow. Hello, everybody. In any event, you see the salt and pepper pea gravel there, and that needs to be refortified. Then we have the circle of friends, as I call it, because the neighbors like to come over once in a while and hang out there. We've got the hedges that need to be trimmed and shaped, and I'm thinking I'm going to probably pay somebody to help me do that, or to do it, I should say. And we need to trim some of the overgrown bushes and shrubs that are in the picture here. So here's the front of the house, and it has sort of a trellis type of covering that I built, and I'm going to have to paint that because it just has primer on it. Oh yeah, here along the fence line on the inside needs to be weeded and then replanted. So there's a lot to do here in order to get this house ready for sale. I think the overgrowth of plants and shrubbery and things like that is what needs to be attended to here. Okay, as we pan over, we see a lot of gravel. Oh yeah, I took out part of the picket fence because I'm gonna put it back and line it up with this post here that's coming into the picture. So I wanted to make sure that it lined up straight. There was a fence there was picket fence there, and I took it out because it just looked odd because it wasn't lined up. It was coming from the post box back and offset from that post by about 5 or 6 inches. So here's the front door, the green front door of the cottage. This is about a 1,375 square foot house, which is a little bit under the average house size within the city of Sacramento. Okay, and this area needs to be landscaped also. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I will decide after I put the fence back, but I think that it's easy just to toss shredded bark in there and just leave it for somebody else's imagination. Oh, there's a single car garage in front of us. Single car garage has been converted into a garage apartment, and it has hot and cold running water, and it has a small stove in there, and I actually did an okay job on that. I'm not sure what the people would want to do with it, whether they want to convert it back into a garage or not. And I just recently poured this concrete pad. Well, as you can see, I certainly have my work cut out for me. Take a look at all the trimming I've got to do to these fruit trees. This backyard is huge too. I tried hitting it with the weed whacker the other day. I'm not making much progress. There's a lot of work to do here. Some of the fence line on this side of the house has already been replaced. I hope I don't have to revisit that. Take a look here. All brand new wood. Fantastic. Thanks for watching, folks.